Imagine waking up on a luxurious cruise ship, only to discover your daughter has vanished without a trace. No note, no signs of struggle, just gone. This isn't fiction. This is the chilling case of Amy Lynn Bradley, a 23-year-old who disappeared from a Royal Caribbean cruise, never to be seen again. But here's the part that haunts investigators to this day. Credible witnesses claim they saw her alive years after her disappearance. So what really happened to Amy Lynn Bradley? Stay with me, because the deeper we go, the more disturbing it gets. Before we dive into the mystery, let's talk about who Amy really was. Born in Chesterfield, Virginia, Amy Lynn Bradley was full of life, athletic, outgoing, and independent. At just 23 years old, she had recently graduated from college and was starting her adult life with excitement and optimism. Her family described her as fun-loving, protective of her younger brother, and confident in every room she entered. She wasn't the type to just walk away. That's why her disappearance on March 24, 1998, is so chilling. The Bradley family decided to celebrate together by taking a vacation aboard the Royal Caribbean cruise ship, Rhapsody of the Seas. It was supposed to be a dream trip, tropical islands, endless entertainment, time away from the stress of everyday life. But for Amy, the trip would become her last known journey. The ship departed San Juan, Puerto Rico, bound for Curacao and other Caribbean islands. No one on board could have imagined the nightmare that was about to unfold. On the night of March 23rd, Amy went out with her brother, Brad, to enjoy the ship's nightlife. They danced, met other passengers, and enjoyed the music in the lounge. Later, Amy was even seen on the dance floor with a member of the ship's band, a man known as Yellow. To everyone else, it seemed like a normal night of fun. But in hindsight, those final hours are filled with questions. In the early hours of March 24th, Amy returned to the family cabin with her brother. Brad went to sleep, and their father, Ron Bradley, briefly saw Amy sitting on the cabin balcony around 5:30 a.m. When Ron woke again just 30 minutes later, Amy was gone. Her shoes, cigarettes, and lighter were left behind. Small but chilling details that suggested she hadn't planned to be gone for long. But she never returned. At first, her family thought she might have gone for a walk or grabbed breakfast. But as time passed, panic set in. They searched the decks, the pool, the lounge, everywhere. Amy was nowhere to be found. The Bradleys immediately begged the ship's crew to make an announcement over the PA system, but shockingly, the crew refused. Their reasoning? They didn't want to disturb other passengers. Hours slipped away, and with them, the chance to find Amy. Even worse, the crew failed to lock down the ship right away. This meant passengers and crew members could freely come and go at ports of call. If Amy had been taken off the ship, those crucial first hours were lost forever. By the time the FBI became involved, valuable leads had already disappeared into the sea. By now, hours had passed since Amy vanished, and the ship pressed on with its journey. But here's the part that keeps this case alive, even decades later. Multiple people claim to have seen Amy after her disappearance. These weren't vague rumors. These were credible sightings, detailed and consistent. Sightings that suggest Amy's story didn't end on that cruise ship. Before we get to the sightings, there's one more disturbing detail from the night Amy disappeared. Remember the band member she was seen dancing with? His name was Alistair Douglas, nicknamed Yellow. Witnesses saw Amy with him in the early hours, shortly before she vanished. When questioned, his answers raised eyebrows, though he was never charged. Some theorists believe Amy may have been targeted, that her disappearance was no accident, but a carefully planned act. The first credible sighting came not long after Amy vanished. Passengers on Curacao claimed they saw a young woman matching Amy's description being escorted by men, looking distressed. The Bradleys were told about it later, but by then, the trail had gone cold. And this wouldn't be the last time Amy's face seemed to appear in unexpected places. Years later, in 1999, a U.S. Navy sailor claimed he met Amy in a brothel in Curacao. He said she grabbed his arm and pleaded, "My name is Amy Bradley. Please help me." He didn't report it immediately, fearing repercussions, but when he finally came forward, investigators took it seriously. Could Amy have been forced into human trafficking? The possibility was horrifying, but it fit the pattern. Then came one of the most haunting developments of all. In 2005, a photo surfaced on an adult website. The image showed a woman resembling Amy, older, but with strikingly similar features. Experts analyzed it, and while it couldn't be confirmed 100%, many, including her family, believed it was her. The idea that Amy might have been alive, held against her will for years, is one of the darkest twists in this case. The FBI became involved early, but the investigation was plagued with delays. The crime scene, the cruise ship, had never been secured. Passengers came and went, potentially erasing evidence. Even the ship's band, including Yellow, disembarked before being fully questioned. By the time leads emerged, the trail had scattered across international waters and foreign ports. Amy's case slipped into a complex web of jurisdictional red tape. Some investigators believe Amy was lured into a trap that night on the ship. Human trafficking networks are known to operate in Caribbean ports, and young women traveling abroad have often been targeted. Could Amy have been drugged, kidnapped, and smuggled off the ship? Others point to the suspicious reluctance of the cruise line to take immediate action, fueling suspicions of a cover-up. Meanwhile, Amy's family refused to give up. They hired private investigators, appeared on national television, and worked tirelessly to keep her story alive. For the Bradleys, every new sighting was a fragile lifeline. But with each lead that fizzled out, the emotional toll deepened. Imagine holding on to hope for years, knowing your daughter might be alive, but just out of reach. Among the most disturbing theories is the idea that Amy was targeted by human traffickers. Cruise ships stop at multiple ports, often in regions where trafficking rings are active. Amy was young, attractive, and independent, a profile traffickers often seek. The suspicious refusal of the crew to lock down the ship, combined with credible sightings years later, has fueled this theory for decades. If Amy was taken, she may have been forced into a life she never chose, hidden in plain sight. Another theory suggests Amy may have fallen overboard in the early hours of the morning. But there's a problem. No body was ever recovered, despite immediate searches of the waters. Amy was also a strong swimmer, trained as a lifeguard. Her family insists that she would never have recklessly leaned over the balcony railings. The accident theory exists, but it doesn't explain the credible sightings in the years that followed. Some skeptics argue Amy may have chosen to disappear on her own. But again, the evidence contradicts this. She left behind essentials like shoes and cigarettes, and she was extremely close to her family. Nothing suggested she wanted to abandon her life. To this day, her parents reject the idea outright, insisting that Amy was taken against her will. For the Bradleys, the fight has never ended. They've appeared on shows like America's Most Wanted and Dr. Phil, pleading for answers. They've worked with private investigators and kept Amy's story alive for more than 2 decades. Their resilience has kept the case in public memory, but with every passing year, the weight grows heavier. Even in the 2010s, reports of possible sightings continued. In 2011, a witness claimed she saw Amy in a department store restroom in Barbados. The woman appeared distressed and was accompanied by men. When investigators followed up, they found no solid evidence. But the chilling consistency of these reports suggests Amy's nightmare may have lasted for years. Here's the most haunting question. What if Amy Lynn Bradley is still alive? What if she's out there, waiting for someone to connect the dots and bring her home? It's a thought that keeps her parents searching, keeps investigators reviewing the case, and keeps the rest of us haunted by the chilling reality that someone can vanish in plain sight, even on a crowded cruise ship. To this day, Amy's case remains unsolved. No confirmed remains, no confirmed closure, just a trail of chilling clues and heartbreaking what-ifs. Whether she was taken by traffickers, met with foul play, or something else entirely, the truth has been buried under years of speculation and missed opportunities. And maybe that's the cruelest part, not knowing. The disappearance of Amy Lynn Bradley is one of the most disturbing unsolved mysteries of the sea. It's a story of unanswered questions, a family's relentless hope, and a chilling reminder that sometimes the most beautiful places can hide the darkest secrets. But what do you think really happened? Was Amy kidnapped and trafficked? Or was her fate sealed that night on the ship? Drop your theories in the comments below. I'll be reading every one. If you found this story chilling, make sure to check out our full library of true crime mysteries here on Trendify. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss the next case we uncover. Because the truth is often stranger than fiction.